Assalamu alaikum students. Uh, this is Business Studies with Sir Saad A. Kareem. Today we are going to study enterprise, business objectives and growth. Now what are the business objectives or what are the aims of the business? So the objectives of the business are the aims or targets towards which the business would like to achieve in future. So question arises that is it really important to have an objective? Yes, for sure. Because if you don't have an objective, then you don't know that which direction you will go. So it is very important to have an objective or aim for the future, that how you are going to expand, which target market you are going to capture, right? What kind of products you are going to deal in? Would it be, or which business stage you are going to deal in? Is would it be primary, secondary, or tertiary? So you'll do all the homework and then you are going to set targets. Because if you don't set the targets, objectives, or aims, you don't know whether you are successful or not. Because you will just move on, move on. You will say, okay, yeah, I'm doing it right and now. Now, there are going to be different business objectives. Let's discuss them. To make a profit, to expand the business, to increase added value, to achieve business survival, to provide a service. Now, first, let's discuss that which one is going to be the first business objective. Would it be the business survival or it's going to be profits? So definitely it's going to be a business survival first, because first all the business they are going to survive. All the new business first they want to make sure they are going to settle down, they are going to cover their expenses, they are going to have a good customer relationship, and they are going to increase the number of customers gradually, and this may take some time. It depends on the nature of business, sometime 1 year, sometime 2 year, and sometime even 3 to 4 years as well. And we are going to discuss later on that sometimes objectives they change as well. The very good example we have it is right now COVID-19 and Corona, that most of the business they were having profits, now they are in the objective of business survival. Why? Because they don't have any more customers just like they used to be. For example, restaurants, they are not allowed to open. They are other just like all the educational institutes, whether they are school, coaching centers, or even the language centers, parlors, or even shadi halls and all. So right now it's a business survival, but especially let's talk about the startup business. So the first objective of any of the business is the business survival. And always remember that most of the business they don't close because they are suffering from profits or the losses, that they don't enjoy profits. Instead, they close because they don't have enough cash to pay for their expenses, just like rent, utilities, and for the staff. And the very, can you, yeah, the very best example we have it is right now. Yeah, Anshara, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm meeting you so that we can continue with our lecture. And if you have any confusion, so you can ask me later on. Okay. Now, I was giving you example that about there are so many business they closed down because they did not have enough cash. Schools, they don't have pay for the rents, or whether these are the restaurants because they are allowed for the delivery, but they are not allowed for the dine-in. So because most of the money they do make in is because of the dine-in. So any business who have good money for the rainy days, just like for 4 months, 6 months, or we don't know how it will keep on 1 year. Okay, so only those business survive who have some spare cash for the rainy day. And this is one of the really important factor, that if you want to start a business, you want to make sure that you have good cash for 1 or 2 years, so that you can stand up on your feet. And then when you say survive, then later on your business objective change from survival to the profit, because now you have a good customer relationship. You have a number of customers that they keep coming to you because of your good practices, and people know you, and you, with the marketing and other business techniques, that you have built up some reputation in the market, so you enjoy the profits. But the question arises that they said that every year, will you be satisfied that you are going to make, say, 1 million? Let's say an example, every year you are going to make 1 million profit. So will you be satisfied? No, because you want to move on, you want to expand the business, you want to make profits in the future. So this is one of the reason that after making the profit, look, when you make the profit, you achieve two objectives. Number one, that you cover up your cost and you have enough money for the take home to cover your needs and wants, and most importantly, that you keep some cash from the profit for the survival period. Just like I told you, and we are going to discuss later on, that just like nowadays, that businesses, they were enjoying very good profit, but now they are in the phase of survival. So next objective would be expanding the business. For example, if I'm having a one store, so I would like to expand it further. Just like we see Chase Value or Chase superstores, that they keep expanding every 6 months or a year, they are going to expand it. Same is the case with the Imtiaz store, or same is the case with the other banks and any other business. They would like to have either different branches, and in the expansion we are going to study later on, we have two ways to expand it. Either we do expand it internally or externally. So we discuss in detail, because when we say that we expand it externally, we do it either with the takeover or with the say merger with the competitor. The other objective of the business is to increase added value. Now what added value is, it is just like that you add value to the business to, say, to increase your profit margin. Just like I give you example of the airline, that we have three categories to offer to the customers who would like to travel with us. We have economy class, we have business class, and we have the first class. So how we add value from the economy class to the business class? Better seats, better room space to sit in and to stretch the legs, and even better meals. Okay, so when we are going to compare from the economy class to the first class, say even the boarding comes first, and you are giving priority over the economy class to increase added value. And same is the case with the hotels, the regular room or the presidential suite, because they offer more services and there are more luxury. So just by adding some little amount, that you could charge more to the customer to make to understand you better. It is just like if you get an ice cream for 50 rupees, okay, but with a topping that he could maybe charge 30 rupees. That topping maybe cost him 10 rupees, but he's just charging 30 rupees so that he could increase added value. And we have understood earlier in our early chapter that there are two ways to increase add value to the business. Okay, either we could reduce the quality of the material, or we can make our business more attractive. Now, added value to the business, how it's going to be that we can have a attractive surroundings, okay, make say customer more comfortable by having air conditioned environment, okay, and by say giving more offers. I would just give you one more example and then we move on. Say one can of Pepsi, if you go to the store, is going to cost you 50 rupees. If you go to the malls and the food courts, again the food courts are closed since they are in the survival period. But anyways, if you go to the food court, that same Pepsi can will cost you 100 rupees because of the value addition that since you are getting all the things at one place with the ease that you go there for the shopping and now you are tired and you go on the top floor, okay, so you are getting luxury for that. And if you same Pepsi or Coke, if you go to the Movenpick or the PC, is going to cost you 300. Why 300? Because you pay for the environment as well, the music, the surrounding. Okay, so for that surrounding, you don't even mind paying 300%. Because it just costs you, to 50, and now you are paying 300. So look at the, amount, and you don't mind it. And this is how this thing works. We already discussed to achieve business survival, to provide a service. What does that mean? Look, when business get established, so you want to do something for the community as well. Because when we speak in terms of the stakeholders, that coming in later on slide, that last point we have the community. So to provide a service to the community or the society, how we could do that? I give you example. Say, if I am a business man and I own a factory, say a biscuit factory. And if I manufacture biscuits or cookies, so definitely I have to do business activity and it creates pollution. Now, how I can provide a service to the community? I can have a filter plant so that it could reduce pollution to the society. I mean, it doesn't matter to me if I don't do it because I am getting profit. Customers are getting cookies and biscuits, but since I do care about them, and this is one of the reasons that we are having e-products. E means environmental friendly. We have eco-tech, eco-green, the green concept, because we are living in this very world, right? We breathe in this world. Okay, so that's one of the reason. And even what they do nowadays, that they say give funds to the hospital so that they can have some ventilator nowadays, and they do provide some ambulance to provide some beds. Okay, so every now and then they do it so that they have a good reputation with the customers that we care about you as well. So this what do provide a service. Okay, now question may comes in, okay, why they do it. Just like I told you that for from two reason they do it. First is to have a good customer relationship and to have a good impression in the mind of the society and customers that they are not just materialistic, they do care about people as well. And this one of the reasons Nestle said that our bottle have less plastic, okay, and it is recycling, even though it costs us more, but we do care about the society and so on. And second point is that they feel that this is our duty since we are the part of this society, so we have to contribute something like business stakeholders. Most of the students, even in the grade 11 or grade 10, they get confused. Okay, what is the difference between stakeholders and shareholders? So, shareholder are one of the stakeholders. Now, first understand what are business stakeholders. Business stakeholders are different groups which are involving in or involved and affected by or have some interest in the business activity. I use the word have some interest in the business activity or they are involved in. So let's make things better understandable. Any person or any group who are directly or indirectly involved or have some involvement or some interest. For example, there are two kind of stakeholder groups, internal or external. So if we go one by one, it will be more clear to you. Owners, workers, managers are the internal stakeholders. Now, what are their interests? Owner, we know about it, to make money, to make profits. And second interest of the owner is to keep business running, to make sure that business is a going concern and it will continue for an indefinite period of time, right? And nowadays, what is the business objective of this stakeholder owner? That want to make sure that business is not going to close down, whether to take a loan or whatever, because once it's going to close, it will be very difficult to reopen, and to come back. Come back is really difficult, just like nowadays. So it's a very difficult time for the business, and only those business survives. Most of the big business, because small mummy daddy business are either already closed down or they're in the process of closing. Why? Because of lack of funds. Because I mean, every now most of the business are on rental basis, so they if they have enough money pay for the rent, it's okay. And yeah, definitely to keep their staff, whether skilled or unskilled, intact, and how they could do it if they have enough cash to pay for their salaries and wages. Workers. What is the interest of the workers? Again, two: wages and salaries and other benefits to get it so that they can satisfy their wants and needs. This is why everybody work. Because say, let's take an example of you, Anshara and Aisha, that if you are offered a work, okay, let's work 5 days a week and we don't pay you, will you work? No. Even I myself would consider, in why would I work if I'm not getting paid, right? And second is that you want to make sure that you are going to say continue. Okay. Yes, Aisha.
सर हमारे जो एक्सटर्नल है उसमें हमारे बैंक भी शामिल होता है ना, मतलब एक्सटर्नल बैंक।
External में exactly. External में we do have a bank, we have consumers, we have government, community, and even we have suppliers. Now these are just of the few examples exactly. And but if we are going to have, or we are sure about it, that who are internal, we are who are external, so we can definitely add in. So very good. We do have a bank as well. Why? Because bank is giving us loan. Most of the businesses or most of the owners, they don't have say enough cash to start in. So what they do, they go to the bank and get a loan. So exactly. Now, what is the interest of the bank? Interest of the bank is not just getting back the amount that what is lent to the business. Then what is the purpose of running the bank? So definitely, principal amount, the lending amount plus the interest. And interest, we know about it. That is the profit of the bank to work in. Anyways, so when we speak in terms of other one, we have managers. What is the interest of the manager? Uh, First is the salary and perks, and second is to make sure the business is going to flourish and nowadays survive. Because if there is a business, then the manager will be there. If there is no business, the manager won't be there. He has to sit back at home, right? So now this is the issue of all the business. Just like I keep reminding you, is to survive nowadays. Okay. And to find different opportunities, just like you see, there are more opportunities coming in for products like sanitizers, face masks, and even medical supplies. Because just like, for example, if you are looking into it, ventilators and other hospital equipments and so on. Now, consumer is the most important external stakeholder of all, because if there is no consumer, there won't be any other stakeholder. So for the business, always stakeholder like consumer would be the most priority. And if there would be any conflict with any of the stakeholder with the consumer, so business make sure that first listen to the consumer. For example, if you are going to look into it, that say if you are running a restaurant and there is some say problem with the consumer and a waiter, a customer is having some scuffle with the waiter, and both come into the manager and say, uh, the waiter say, okay, I'm working for the last 15 years and he misbehaved with me and all. So first the manager is going to listen to the consumer, because if there won't be consumer and he would be unhappy and he is going to return and he's not going to come back. So first this is one of the reason we always have a phrase in the business: consumer is always right, or customer is always right. Because okay, so customer is always right. Later on manager could say, okay, oh, I apologize, and later on he could ask, okay, I mean, if I would listen to you, the customer would be unhappy, so this is one of the reason I had, for the time being I have to listen to him. Okay. Then the government. Now, what is the interest of the government? Interest of the government, again, multiple, but very first one is to charge taxes. Okay. The bigger the business, the more taxes are going to be there. And second one is to make sure that business activity is going to be healthy. No harmful product is going to be produced. Okay. And no harmful activity is going to be created, just like I told you, pollution and all. And this is one of the reason black plastic shoppers are banned in the society, because they create pollution. Okay. And also in terms of price control, so that want to make sure that they are not, that businesses are not going to charge too much prices. So government always keep a check on the business to make sure that they are going to be healthy business activity, and protects the right of the customers and consumers. Okay. Community. Now if you are going to look into community, now what is the objective of the community? Because we know that the most important stakeholders are business and customers. Business get the profit, customer get the product. Okay. But when we speak in terms of community, just like I told you, since they are the part of the very society, so they wanna make sure they're interested that all the business are going to be healthy activity. Because when we speak in terms of pollution, there are three kind of pollution: air pollution, sea pollution, and the noise pollution, and all are harmful for the community and the society. And this is one of the very reason nowadays, since they, especially in the lockdown earlier days, there was a very less business activity, and this is one of the reason the ozone layer healed up automatically, because there were less emission and smoke in the air. Okay. So also communities, as they care about it, that that there are opportunities coming due to the business activity. Just like I give you example, say there is a rural area and people are underdeveloped. They don't have a better standard of living. So if a multinational is going to come in the underdeveloped area, they are going to build roads, they are going to provide infrastructure, they give job opportunities to the people. Okay. And so as a result of that, they get a job, they get a education of their kids, they get better health services. Okay. So their standard of living improves. So, and also they are going to have access to the better communication and infrastructure facilities. So this is about the interest of the stakeholders. Now, why business objectives could change over time, just like I discussed earlier. Now, a business after why, and just like I told you, and I keep reminding you, because this is the best the best example, the best practice. I would give it to you about the Corona time, and people will remember for so long this thing. Okay. Now, a business after a survival period would change its objective of higher profit. Just hold on a second. Okay. So a business after survival period would change in the objectives of higher profits. Inshallah, when we get out of this corona phase or the COVID-19 phase, and people are talking about it, it may take months or even years. We don't know. God, Allah knows, because this kind of scenario comes in 100 years. So I mean, in my whole life I've never ever seen, or maybe your father haven't seen, because just like I told you, the same kind of situation was there 100 years ago, and it take years to come back on the track, regular track, just like airline. There are so many airlines shut down, they file for bankruptcy, and we know that still there are some business they are not operating, shadi halls. And let me tell you one thing. uh, it's not about only one business. Just like schools are closed right now, even though online classes are going on. So there are some other side business as well that are related to the main business. For example, bookstores are related to the school. How? Because right now, since online classes are going on, so you may not need that much stationery, right? Same is the case, uniform businesses, just like we have uniform, that you buy uniforms to go there. Okay, so these businesses are also suffering. And same is the case if we speak in terms of Shadi Hall, catering business, waiters, uh, we have, say, other management who decorate the stuff, you know. This is, and there are so many related business. And what about the restaurants? Okay, that there are so many business, say, just like, we have uh, the cutlery business, we have uh, other related business that they do it. We If we are going to name in, there could be maybe 10 or 20s of the business they are related in, so they are all going to suffer. So if that period ends, again they are going to come back to the, say, come back to the normal. Right now they are at the process phase of survival. Later on, then they will come back to the normal, and then they are going to enjoy the higher profits. Second one is, a business has achieved higher market share and now has the objectives of higher return for shareholders. Now, how I could achieve a higher market share? There are two ways. Either I do very good marketing, or I would say, okay, let's get hand together with the competitor, just like Mobilink did, join hands with the Bharat. Now is having a higher market share, okay, as compared to the Ufone, as compared to the Zong, because they got merged, okay, and we know that there are so many businesses they got merged earlier so that they can have a good market share. But now they have the market share. Now what they want to do? They say, okay, now since investors, they had faith on us, they invested their money, so now is the time that we are going to give them return for shareholders. What that business term return means? Return means the profit to the shareholders. And the profit to the shareholders, there is a particular term we call it, when they buy shares from the limited company, that is called dividend. Again, return means profit, and profit means dividend for the shareholders. We don't call dividend for the sole trader or partnership, because that is only related with the shareholders or limited company, whether it's a private limited company or the public limited company, right? A profit making business operates in a country facing a serious recession, now has the short term objectives of survival. Example, airlines in coronavirus time. We've been discussing in our lecture, uh, and let's see that how long it's going to take it for that. Now let's look into the what are the qualities of a successful entrepreneur. They're supposed to be a really important qualities, because not everybody is an entrepreneur, and this is one of the reason that there is a one or few entrepreneurs, and there are hundreds or thousands of the employees. So if you are going to look into, let's Aisha, look into it. What's your question is?
सर
Yeah.
ये इंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का चैप्टर तो बिल्कुल अलग है ना, मतलब स्टेक होल्डर से।
Repeat the question.
सर जो इंटरप्रेन्योर वाला हमारा चैप्टर है, थर्ड चैप्टर,
हाँ।
वो तो मतलब स्टेक होल्डर्स और से अलग है ना।
बिल्कुल अलग है, लेकिन क्योंकि हम रिवीजन कर रहे हैं ना, तो हम कॉन्सेप्ट्स को उनको डिस्कस कर रहे हैं हम साथ साथ ना। ठीक है, तो एनीवेज हम थोड़ा सा इसको एक काम करते हैं. व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू इज दैट qualities of a successful entrepreneurs, okay, and growth we are going to discuss in our next class. And let's wrap up, let's revise the concepts what we studied today. Okay. Now what we studied today so far, if you are going to look into, we studied about the objectives. Objectives, aims are the aims or targets toward which the business would like to achieve in the future. Okay, and it is just like if you go out from your house and you don't have any direction or you don't know what is your destination. So it is just like any of the traveler or a musafir is not going to have any destination. It is just like if any business doesn't know how, what is the aim or objective of the business. Now there are different objectives: make a profit, expand the business, to increase added value, to achieve business survival, and to provide a service. And if we are going to have a sequence, so the very first one is going to be the business survival. Then it comes in to make a profit, and then it keep changing. Even we have it to increase market share. It depends. Okay, that how you will move on to expand the business, to increase added value. Okay, and to provide a service. And definitely sometimes even in the middle of the business as well, just like nowadays, you have to go from profit to the business survival. Business stakeholders are different groups which are involved in a affected by or have some interest in the business activity. Okay, now we have two kind of stakeholders: internal stakeholders or external stakeholders. Owners, workers, managers are the internal stakeholders. On the other hand, we are going to look into consumers, government, community, and even if we would like to add some, like banks or even suppliers who provide us raw material and all, they are the external stakeholders. Now, the question comes in: why business objectives would change over time? So there are different reasons that why a business objectives would change over time. A business after survival period would change its objective of higher profits. A business has achieved higher market share and now has the objectives of higher return for shareholders. Just like I gave you example about the Mobilink and the Warid. A profit-making business operates in a country. Now let's say change it. Operates in the world, because now this scenario is about the world, not about the country. There is no such country that is not facing a recession. Okay, due to the corona and due to the COVID-19. And what is a recession? Let's understand it before we go. Recession is the slowdown of the economy. And how the slowdown comes? Because when a people purchasing power, a consumer purchasing power is going to be declined. And how it declined? Because when people start losing their job, they don't get the salary, don't get the wages, and their spending power is reduced. And when their spending power reduced, so means the demand is going to be reduced. When their demand is going to be reduced of the uh, you know new clothes or the toys, and they are not traveling and they are not doing anything, not buying any, so automatically those industries, they are going to be reduce their supply. As a result of that, the toy company or the clothing company is going to fire their employees, and this will keep going on, and that recession will go into the depression. So inshallah, now we are going to continue our next class, and inshallah, we are going to discuss about the qualities of entrepreneurs and what are the different, say, ways of growth of the business, internal and external. Take care of yourself. Inshallah, we are going to carry on in our next class.